Before we started getting into building this episode, I wanted to take a moment just to look around my world. I was already doing this. I turned the render distance up to 32 chunks, and I can definitely tell my computer is struggling. It's a little bit framey, but within this 32 chunk render distance, if I stay in this center area, we can pretty much see everything we've built. We can see all this, and we've built quite a lot already. Today, we're going to continue with the Piglin Gold Farm area here, and then in the nether, we're going to build our bartering farm, and we're going to build that bridge across that chasm we dug last episode. But I really think this world is coming together quite nicely. I'm really proud of all the builds I've done. There's definitely a lot more work to do on plenty of unfinished areas like that forest, this village here, even over by that iron farm, and then just in general, just plain open areas of just grass, which eventually we'll need to take care of. But overall, I'm really pleased with the progress, and I thought you guys might like to see as well a view like this where you can see everything together. I think it's really nice, really cool. But let's jump back into survival and get to some building. Alright, here we are back in my world and back to normal render distance where we can't see that far. We can basically only see to that tree. Since the last episode where we dug this out and just put all the materials I dug in these chests, it took a few minutes to organize it. Now we can see we have a lot of granite, diorite, and andesite, these 3 rows, and then not much gravel. But then the ores, I got a lot of copper just from digging this hole, a lot of coal, lapis, some iron, and like a little bit of gold. And then a lot of grass. This whole section here is all cobblestone. This section over here is all just regular stone. So all of those materials are great to hold on to for future projects. I don't want to throw those away. But what we're going to do today is we're going to build this bridge, like I mentioned, from here to here across this chasm. But I'm going to need a good amount of blackstone. So I think I'm going to try to build my bartering farm, well, in the nether first, get some more blackstone, and then be able to build this. So let's hop over to the nether and build that bartering farm. Alright, we are here up at the AFK platform way above my gold farm. You can see it down there. So up here is where I plan to build the Piglin bartering farm, and then just whenever I want to use it, I'll just take some gold from down there and just input it in here manually. I don't think that's too difficult. And then this can run while I'm AFKing the gold farm. So I'm going to construct it out this way, I think. So I'm just going to jump into building it, and then we can bring you guys back when we need to get those piglins in there. Alright, so this is what we have. This will be my piglin bartering setup, minus the piglins so far. I did not follow any tutorial for this. I just kind of went based off the mechanics I knew before. I'd done something similar with this. But just back here, there's an etho hopper clock that will go back and forth and will trigger to these droppers and just dispense gold every so often. This is the on-off switch for dispensing the gold. Here we just have a minecart with a rail that will distribute the gold ingots to the droppers as the farm goes on. So you can see we have 4 slots for 4 piglins. I think that will be enough in my testing, otherwise it will overwhelm the hoppers. So this is the basic interface where the piglins will sit. Right now I have these hoppers locked with redstone blocks where the piglins will stand so that I can get them in there. My plan is just to let them spawn. I'll build a platform. I'll throw a gold ingot down in there for them to grab, but I have it locked so the hopper doesn't take the gold. And then hopefully they'll just be attracted to the gold and walk right in. That's the goal anyway. We'll see how that turns out in reality. Then down here, we'll have to go down here for the item storage for it. So I've set up enough just basic item filters here for all the different types of items that we'll get, with lots of chest space for all the items. But then at the very end, I don't know if you can see, let me go up there. I did have to put some slabs on top of here so zombie pigmen couldn't spawn. I didn't know they could spawn on redstone, actually. As you can see, these last 3 categories, last 3 chests, these will be sorted by copper golems. That's because it's the, like the soul speed boots, books, and then the potions. Like the unstackable items that I can't really filter with these, so I figured these would all be filtered by the hoppers, and then just these few copper golems will sort those last few items into categories for me. So, the last things I have to do is get those piglins in there. Alright, I've created a small platform here. You can see things are already beginning to spawn, but not what I need. I need regular piglins. And then I am wearing gold so that the piglins, when they spawn, don't attack me. I plan to just lure them with the gold. I'm gonna work on this, get them in there, and then we'll test this out properly. Oh, we got our first piglin. Okay, yeah, you see that gold? Is he gonna see that? Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Not a ghast right now. Okay, ghast can't see me. Good thing I put this wall up. How can I lure you down? How can I lure you down there? Huh? Oh, okay, yeah. I just gotta put it so it's not like a drop. Okay. We got one guy there. Perfect. Let me put a block down there, because otherwise they won't go down if they think they're gonna take damage, which they would. Okay, we got one. Perfect. Oh, I think... Pretty sure you have to name tag them. Pig 1. Okay. Oh, there's some more guys. There's like 2 more already. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna get these guys in and then we'll test it out. All right, I got all 4 piglins in here. Now will be the first test. Okay, fill the chest with gold. Distribute the gold across the hoppers. And then I will turn it on in just a second. They'll start trading. Right now I have the hopper below that copper chest locked, so everything will stay in this copper chest, so I can just take stuff out and start putting it in the filters before I let all the items go through. So they should have enough gold. If I turn this on, it should activate the timer. Start giving them gold. That one guy did not pick it up. Then the timer should go, give them more. Oh, no, I see. It did give him something, but I think there's netherrack in some of those droppers because I just broke everything above there. Okay, now they all got gold. And then everything should just filter into here for right now. Okay, so I'm gonna wait a little bit until I have at least one of each of their items that they trade so that I can just set up the filters and then let this fully go. Alright, I've got enough of each item to be able to set up the filters. One thing I had to adjust was the copper golem side. I had to move these 3 categories over a little bit because the way the hoppers were connecting, some of these item filters were powering the hoppers and stuff was not going through, so I just had to add a division there. But yeah, let's remove that redstone block and let this actually fully run, okay? Then, yeah, it should start taking the items out here and filtering them. After quite a while AFKing this, it ran out of gold. We have quite a lot of stuff now. Gravel, blackstone, which blackstone is the main thing we need for today. That should be more than enough to build the bridge that we're going to build, and then we got a lot of other stuff. Over 2 stacks of dried ghasts. The thing, I don't know if I need more storage or just to toss the extra fire resistance potions. It's this whole category has filled up the fastest of any of these. The reason there's some empty spots is I've just been throwing out the water bottles as I get them and just keeping the fire resistance, but this would be even a lot fuller if I had kept all the water bottles. So that one just fills up so fast because they're not stackable and there's so many different kinds that come through. The soul speed ones are not bad. All of these items will definitely be useful to have in abundance. But that is it for our gold and bartering farm. I think it's pretty much in a finished state now and will be very useful for a lot of things. So right now, I'm going to gather up the resources we need to build that bridge, and then we'll hop right into building. Okay, I came here to this cherry forest to gather cherry wood because I need it, and I've never gathered it in this world. And phantoms have spawned. Oh, that was actually pretty good. I forgot to bring my bed. Phantoms have spawned because I spent so much time AFKing in the nether and have not slept. I just need a little more cherry wood. And I've got plenty of saplings now, so I should be able to farm it again if I need it. I'm just letting those trees float. I don't care enough to find those last pieces of wood. I just need to get enough right now. Yeah, that's enough for what I need. Oh, there's the other phantom. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Can I find my nether portal? Actually, where is it? Where is it? Where's the nether portal? Oh, this has happened to me before when I've come to this flower forest. The nether portal's somewhere in this forest, but I can never find it. Can I see it if I fly above? Oh, I see it right there. It's just a little further in. Phantom seems to have stopped chasing me. Okay, let's get out of here and finish gathering the resources we need. I really do need to make a proper squid farm at some point. Until then, this is my squid farm. A river and a nautilus. But I've already got about a stack of ink sacs. I think that's actually enough. Okay, here we are, back at our chasm, finally with all the resources we need. And a bed, I've slept, no more phantoms are going to haunt me. So, let's really jump into building this bridge, finally, with all the resources we need. And here is the bridge, fully completed. I really like this design, really like what I came up with here. It is slightly incomplete down there at the base. I saw some cool bridges that kind of at the bottom, the pillars of the bridge were supported by these like rock pillars at the bottom. So I wanted to kind of do something like that. I have been playing around with it in creative mode to figure out a design I liked, and I couldn't come up with anything that really matched what I was going for, so for right now I'm just leaving it basic stone pillars at the bottom of the bridge. And then for the rest of the design of the bridge, I really tried to kind of match some of the style that we had with the door going on there and the piglins. Obviously the gold carrying through, even the soul flames, we got more black stone textures. Although the bridge is much darker than the door. And then also even these like the kind of arching spikes, I guess you would call it, how they go up, but then it kind of indents in. I kind of matched that with the top of the door there, how it kind of goes in and then back out. I was trying to mimic that with the shape at the ends of the bridge, and then we got the spikes and everything, so I think it turned out quite well. And then let me get a view from maybe down here. You'll probably be able to see this better. The chains going across. I quite like that. The chains going across is kind of like just the connections between these pillars. You can see it better down here. And then if we go onto the bridge, you can see the pattern I have on the floor here. We got the nether brick going to the crimson hyphae, and then the black glazed terracotta. I quite like that, and then it goes back to the black stone. It kind of ties in with down on the bridge, how I have the nether brick, and that's where I used the cherry wood there. It makes quite a nice transition going between the black stone to the cherry wood, then to the nether brick. So I have that little bit of that color in the bridge, but then the actual surface of the bridge is where I have more of the nether brick, more of that red color, which I quite like. And I like the pattern I did with the glazed terracotta. I think it looks quite nice. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this bridge. But I'm about out of time for today's episode, but I'm happy with the progress we got done. We finished the gold piglin farm. It'll be useful for a lot of resources in the future. And we've made good progress on this project here with the our gold farm entrance. There's so much more work to do here yet, but probably for the next few episodes I'll take a break from this. I don't want to spend too long on this, but it's been very nice working on this project. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe if you want more of these types of videos. And I will see you guys all in the next episode. Bye!